Let's talk about the best buy lows available in the market right now. Crazy golden targets for you to go and get them. Tonight, we're gonna talk about not only who are them, but how to get them based on real life packages, real life deals, and you're gonna know tonight whether those packages are valid for you or not. What's up guys, it's Leo here, or Leo, the Brazilian fantasy guy. Let's cut to the chase, let's go to the video, but first, please make sure you're subbed to my channel. We are on the go to reach 300 subs. It's not much, and more than half of the people that are watching my videos are not subbed. So, give your man a like if you like the content, or out of pity, it doesn't matter. I just want for you to help me to keep creating content, okay? Let's go to the video.
Before we jump back into the show, I want to give a big shout out to Fantasy Roundup, one of the most elite resources and tools for fantasy managers who are trying to dominate this season and for years to come. You know how it is. You got your waiver wire priority, but you don't want to burn it on a player that might hit and might miss. So what you do is you set your alarm clock for like 3 o'clock in the morning and you wake up before your league mates to grab that player without having to burn your waiver priority. What if I told you there was a way to do that in an automated workflow so you can actually sleep through the night? Let's jump into Fantasy Roundup and I'll show you how it works. So here we are on Fantasy Roundup. I have it connected to my ESPN account. You can also connect it to your Yahoo. As you can see here, my team is totally stacked. I got Wemby, I got Amin Thompson. This is an 8-team league, so I got tons of great players. But let's say there's somebody on the waiver wire that I actually want to grab. I click Auto Waiver here. Once I click Auto Waiver, you'll see my roster and I decide which players I would like to drop from my team. I have 2 Duns, guys who are done. I got Ryan Dunn, finished, and Chris Dunn, finished. And then you just click on the bottom here where it says Select Players to Add. So here we are in the waiver wire free agent pool. There are a couple of players that I've been looking at, and I want to make sure I can secure them without burning my waiver priority. The first one is Domantas Sabonis, who is available. And then we have Kevin Porter Jr. All I have to do now is schedule the swap. As you can see here, I have the swap scheduled for November 9th at 3 a.m. Now I just click Review and Confirm. I give it one last check, and after that, I click Confirm Swap. So no more waking up at 3 a.m. to go sneak and grab players off the waiver wire. You can let the system do it for you. And the great news, Fantasy Roundup is offering a 7-day free trial. So you can try this out yourself. If you decide that you want to keep it long-term, it's only $6 a month. You'll find more info in the pinned comment and the description below. Or just visit fsroundup.com. Check it out and start your free trial today. Your future self and your fantasy record will thank you. Now let's get back to the show.
Before I tell you the first name in the list, let me just remind you that each package, each deal that I'm gonna be commenting tonight are real life deals, real life packages, trades that happen in real life fantasy leagues. So just for you to be aware if you missed my last video. The first name in the list is a very new hot target in the market, which is Derek Queen from the New Orleans Pelicans. He's good. The kid's been balling, and I really like his game. He's already took over the starting center position over even Missy, and he's been balling. And you may ask, okay, Leo, but who should I send him? Who should I send to get him? And let's talk about real deals right now. The first offer that I see here is PJ Washington. He was sent for Derek Queen, and I think that's a pretty good deal if you want to get Queen. I prefer to have Queen in my team over PJ. It's a fair trade, to be honest, but I see a lot more potential on having Derek Queen in my team than having PJ. So I would do this definitely. This is a good name for you if you have him or somebody similar to PJ to send him for Derek Queen. The second name in a similar position is DiVincenzo, and this case actually happened in my 1000 cash league on sleeper locking format. A GM sent DiVincenzo to get Derek Queen, and I think he made a great move. DiVincenzo DiVincenzo was in a sell high period. He cooled off a little bit, but he's playing good minutes. And of course, I cannot guarantee you that Derek Queen will be playing like 30 plus minutes to the end of the season, but I think he will. I think there's no reason for the Pelicans to not develop him on his rookie season. He's good. He has talent. So that's why I will definitely do this, and I'll rate this trade 60-40, even a 70-30 for the Derek Queen side. The third name here, Cason Wallace. Please try to do this if you're a Cason Wallace owner, because if somebody accepted this on your league, he can accept it too. Derek Queen is way better and has more upside than Cason Wallace. Cason Wallace, his upside is a little bit limited because his team is pretty good. And they have a lot of good players, such as AJ Mitchell, Biggins, such as Caruso, Dort, a lot of good role players who is going to be limiting him. So I would prefer 100% to have Derek Queen on my team. This trade, I will rate it 80-20 for the Derek Queen side. So do this. And if you're a Derek Queen owner, try to hold it. I would definitely tell you to hold him, because I think his value will keep going up and up. The third name in the list here, Isaiah Collier in the Utah Jazz. His situation is different from the other ones. He's in a weird position in Utah, which if he's starting, he has like good upside, he can assist a lot, but I would prefer Derek Queen over him too. So if you are an Isaiah Collier owner and you can try to get Derek Queen, I would do. So I would rate this as well a 70-30 for the Derek Queen side. I really like Derek Queen. I may be overhyped, yes, but I've seen him play, and I know if you watched him too, you would be hyped just as I am right now. And the fifth name in the list is Jeremy Grant. He's been good. He just left a strong week. Jeremy Grant, he's been balling. He was good against Chicago. But I don't know what Portland will do with him. It's a fair trade, but I would prefer to go with Derek Queen. He's pretty good, as I already said, and I think he has more upside, and it's worth for you to give your Jeremy Grant to grab Derek Queen. So all of the 5 names that I brought you here, I like the trade. I think it's a good move if you want to get Queen. But if you are Derek Queen's owner, as I said, I think you should hold him. And if you want to trade him for somebody else, try to wait a little bit more and trade him for somebody more solid. Second buy low in the list, the OG, the easy money sniper, Kevin Durant. He's a crazy buy low right now. I don't know what's happening, but he's playing so good in real life. Of course, not translating that much in points league, especially on sleeper locking format. I know he's a better player in 9 cats, but he will be better. I'm expecting an uptick in rebounds, in assists, and I do not think he will be locking, like he'll be struggling to lock you a 30-point game. I don't think. I think he will be a 30-plus game with some like easiness on it. I think he will do this more frequently. That's why I think you should explore Kevin Durant. And how? Let's see with real life packages. Firstly, it's a crazy name that I will not be talking a lot about it, but John Collins was traded 1-on-1 for Kevin Durant. This is a real life deal. I think it was probably John Collins' dad, but if you're not John Collins' dad or John Collins' brother, do not do this. It's a 100-0 trade for the KD side. Avoid this, please. Let's talk about more possible deals. Him for Austin Reeves. This is an interesting package, but I wouldn't do if I'm on the KD side. I would hold him. But if I'm speaking on the POV of a person who is trying to get a buy low, I would do this. I would send my Austin Reeves to get KD. Because I think Austin Reeves will not be going crazy as much as he was on the beginning of the season, because LeBron's back, Luka is healthy, and KD cannot be lower than he is right now. I would give this a 70-30 from the KD side, but if I'm trying to get him, I would definitely do this. Send your Austin Reeves for Kevin Durant. Next package actually is a 2-for-1 trade right now. Wendell Carter Jr. and Paolo Banchero for Kevin Durant. This package actually, I would try to not send this for KD. If we're talking about points league, especially sleeper locking format, okay? Because I know that 9 cats is different and Kevin Durant is a way better player than Banchero in 9 cats. That being said, on points leagues, especially on locking format, I wouldn't do this because I really think Banchero would be worth holding. And I know that right now he's injured. I don't know when he's gonna be back. He can be back tomorrow or today. When you're watching this video, he can be already. He already could be back. But I prefer the Wendell Carter Jr. and Banchero side. Wendell Carter Jr. he's having a surprising season, a comeback season. He's been good. He's giving locks. He's playing decent minutes, and that's the reason why I wouldn't give up two players like this for Kevin Durant. Banchero is really good. He's solid. I do not think he should be going in the first round as he was going, but it doesn't mean I wouldn't do this for Kevin Durant. So I would give this 70-30 for the double package for Wendell Carter Jr. and Banchero. But let me know in the comments. I may be wrong, you may disagree with me, and I please want to hear your opinion. Next up, Kevin Durant and VJ from the Sixers for Wemby. This move, as a KD owner, I would do this every single night. Wemby, I'm really high on him. For me, it doesn't matter that he just got injured. I would do this. So you could take advantage of Wemby's injured if his owner is not a very patient guy and try to get him, and he could be on a very small buy low window, you should try. But if you're trying to get KD, I would never send my Wemby to get him and VJ. So that's why I'll rate this a 70-30 from the Wemby side. Even a 60-40 because I really like VJ and I really think KD will be better. But of course, this will depend on your league format, on your league size. And I'm gonna be rating here in every single video of mine based on standard league size, like 12 teams or 14 teams. So that's why I prefer to keep my Wemby 100%. And the next name is a one-on-one trade, which I wouldn't do. KD for Jamal Murray. I prefer to keep my KD. Jamal Murray is balling. He's been very good, but his health issues worry me a bit. Besides, I think, as I said, KD will be growing his fantasy production, and I do not think it's worth for you to get rid of your KD for a player like Jamal Murray. I would trade him for a more solid guy, and I wouldn't trade him in such buy low moment. So in a POV of somebody who's trying to get him, I would send my Jamal Murray to get him 100%. Jumping in here to make sure you are subbed to my channel. Sub right now, my man. Help your man out. And of course, hit your like button. We are on the road to get 300 subs. If you want, leave your comment with your feedback. It's always really appreciated. Let's go back to the video. Derek Queen, Kevin Durant, now one of my favorite buy lows right now. And he can be a league winner. Write it down. He can be a league winner. Domantas Sabonis. And I'm going to tell you why. Firstly, my take on Sabonis is that he's been way below the expectations. But Sacramento already is like orchestrating some big changes. And he can be traded to another place, to a more competitive place, which will need him to do more. Or even if he stays, I think they will need to change things. For example, get rid of DeRozan, get rid of Lavine. Players who are more ISO guys, who take some assists off Sabonis. That's why I would do some deals that are here. First, AD for Sabonis. This is very tricky because it is a very similar situation. Dallas, they don't know what they're gonna do. If they're gonna trade him, a lot of rumors are going out. And Nico Harrison ended the franchise. It's crazy. But if we're comparing Sabonis with AD, I would prefer to keep Sabonis because I really value a healthy guy. And I don't know how many games AD will play. Sabonis is a very healthy man. And even when he misses time, he gets back early, he gets back quick, and he will give you fantasy production. Sabonis is a very low state right now. His fantasy production is way below the expectation, and he will be better. So I do think you should go and try to get him. AD is a good option, even if you, especially if you want to get a more healthy player for your team. The second name here, which I would also prefer to get Sabonis, is De'Aaron Fox. I would give my Fox to get Sabonis. Even with Wemby out, and I know Fox value will be going up right now. His usage will be going to the moon. He will give you strong blocks. He will give you strong fantasy production. I really think Sabonis is a long-term win in this situation. So I would give this a 60-40. It's a fair trade, but I prefer the big man. This trade right now, I would not give this package to get Sabonis, which is Sharp and Alex Sarr. And I can really talk about it because, as you already know, as you may have seen on the draft on this channel, and you can check it out, my main league, I have Sharp and Sarr. I draft both of them, and I'm really high on both of them. So I would not give up on those two to get Sabonis. So that's why I would rate this 70-30 for the package with Sharp and Sarr. I really like them, and I would not, even though I think Sabonis will be better, I would not give up them for him. So the last one, him, Sabonis, and Jaylen Brown for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. If you are a Shai owner, like I am in my main league as well, I would definitely do this trade. I would trade him for Sabonis and Jaylen Brown. But of course, it will depend on how many teams are in the league. In a standard league size, I think this is a very reasonable trade. It's a very good from the Shai, for the Shai side. So if you're trying to buy low on Sabonis and he happens to have like him and a Jaylen Brown, you can give up on your Shai to get him. I would definitely do this. That's why I would rate this 60-40 or even a 70-30 for the duo Sabonis and Jaylen Brown. I would rather keep them and do not sell them for Shai. Next one for Sabonis. Him for Markkanen and AJ Mitchell. This duo I would rather give up to get Sabonis. So I would sell my Markkanen and AJ Mitchell to get Sabonis 100%. Markkanen is going crazy right now. You can even try to get Markkanen for Sabonis one-on-one. There may be people who will accept, but I really like this move. I prefer to have Sabonis, a more solid long-term guy, as I already explained, and I value this very much. And this is the reason why I would rather go for him. So I would rate this trade 70-30 for the Sabonis side as well. And I really, really like this move. So pretty good move for whoever did this, and I would recommend 100%. Next up, the king, LeBron James, father of time.
That's my favorite saying. That's my favorite saying.
He's going for one-on-one, firstly, for J-Dub, and I would not do this. I prefer to keep LeBron James, and the OKC players owners will know, because I'm going to talk about a problem that is happening very often. They're too good. Their main players are sitting on the fourth quarter. They're not like giving the production they can because they're too good. That's why I would prefer to have LeBron James. I'm talking especially points leagues locking format. I think LeBron will be better. In a 9-cat format, I believe J-Dub is a better player and you should keep him. But as I'm a points league enjoyer, points league lover, I would always be biased on this judgment. So for me, it's an even trade, 50-50, but I would take LeBron James because I really think he will be balling. He's already recovered and he will be 100% to the rest of the season. Let's hope he doesn't get injured. Next up, LeBron 101 for Stephen Curry. I really think that's fair and that's even and that's close, and I need your opinion in the comments to see if I'm crazy, because here I prefer LeBron's production, especially if you're talking about a sleeper locking format. Let me know if you're a 9-cat player in the comment, because I think Curry is a better player in the 9-cat format. That being said, Curry on the sleeper locking he's giving you like pretty strong games and then pretty bad games. But in the end, it doesn't matter that much because he'll give you a strong log every single week, or he normally do. That's why I would rate this as 50-50, and I'll let you guys decide whoever you prefer. But if I was to choose one of them for the rest of my season, I would prefer to get LeBron James because I really think he's made for the lock-in format. He will give you triple doubles, he'll give you strong double doubles, and he will try to play as much games as possible, as many games as possible, even if he sits on back-to-backs. In a sleeper lock-in format, it doesn't matter that much, as I already said. LeBron James 101 for Ja Morant. This is tricky because Ja Morant can be traded for a lot of places and it will impact directly on his production. But I'm not a big fan of Ja Morant for this season. I was high on him when the season started. I was like, he will have a comeback season. He will play every single game, and we're not seeing this. We're seeing him fighting with his coaching staff. We're seeing him missing games, and that's the reason why I would prefer to go with LeBron James in a very competitive Lakers. So I would give this a 60-40 to LeBron, and I'll keep the old GOAT. Now two 2-for-1 packages. LeBron James for Michael Porter Jr. and Peyton Pritchard. Michael Porter Jr. and Peyton Pritchard are being good right now, especially Michael Porter. He's killing it. Right now, it will be a no-brainer. But if you're thinking about long term, we don't actually know what's going to happen both in Boston and in Brooklyn. I don't know, Michael Porter can be traded, he can be shut down, and that's why it's very tricky to analyze this trade. Right now, I prefer the package of MPJ and Pritchard. But long term, I don't know. That's why I'll give this a 50-50. And if I had to sign right now one of the sides, I would prefer to keep MPJ and Pritchard. But I know I can regret this decision in a week or 2 weeks or even sooner. The other 2-for-1 deal is LeBron James for Aaron Gordon and Cedric Coward. I really like Cedric Coward, but I'm not a big fan of Aaron Gordon. And I would not give up a player that solid in LeBron James for a rising star in Coward and Aaron Gordon. So that's why I would rate this trade a 65-35 for the LeBron side, and I would keep the old GOAT. Next by low in the list, and maybe a very short window, Evan Mobley. He can be out of this window when you're watching this if you take some time to watch this. But Evan Mobley is not doing like poorly right now. He's shooting poorly, but he's not doing poorly in terms of fantasy production. But he's been below expectations. And some GMs are losing their patience. And that's why he's a buy low right now, because I really think he will be better. He will increase his efficiency. He will be better in points. He will be better in rebounds. He will be better in blocks. He will be better overall. And he's going for, firstly, 101. Pascal Siakam for Mobley. If I have Siakam, I would give up him for Evan Mobley. Even though Siakam's being better right now, as I already mentioned in previous games, in previous videos, I'm afraid of in this situation. So I would give up Siakam for Mobley. The second one I would definitely not do as a Josh Giddey owner, which is Josh Giddey for Evan Mobley. I prefer having Josh Giddey. In the beginning of the season, I ranked them pretty close, but I think right now it's a crazy trade to make. Even though I think Mobley will be better than he is right now, but Giddey's been balling. He's been pretty great. He's pretty healthy, and I do not see how a Giddey owner would accept this, because I wouldn't. That being said, it's a fair trade. It's a 55 for 45 for the Giddey side, in my opinion. And also, let me remind you, I'm basing my opinions on points league, especially sleeper locking format. Another 101, very interesting, which I prefer to keep Mobley, and I would not give up him for LaMelo Ball. But again, if I'm on a POV of somebody who is trying to buy low, I would give up my LaMelo to get Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley is better. He's healthier. He's been better right now, and he will be even better. So I think this is a no-brainer, 60-40, even more. It can be even a 90-10 or 100-0 if LaMelo twists his ankle tomorrow. Let's hope not, because I really like to see LaMelo play. Next one, Mobley 101 for Jaylen Brown. as somebody who's trying to buy low, I would give up my Jaylen Brown to get Evan Mobley. This happened, and as an Evan Mobley owner, I would not accept this. That's why I would give this a 60-40 to the Evan Mobley side, thinking about long term, as I always mentioned. But as somebody trying to buy low, you should do this. I think you should try to give up top 50 player, top 40 maybe, to get Evan Mobley, and I think you will be getting a great deal. This last one is really crazy, and I brought it here today because it was done. It's a real life data, but somebody traded Evan Mobley for Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm trying to think it wasn't a dynasty format, because let me remind you, it doesn't specify the format, but for me it doesn't make any sense. Even in a dynasty league, I would not do this. Giannis is Giannis. He can make your team be a contender this year and the next year and the following like 5 years easily. And Mobley haven't reached this level yet. He can, but he haven't. That's why I would not do this, and I prefer Giannis, and I rate this a 70-30 or even more for the Giannis side. I would definitely not do this in a redraft. It's 100-0. Avoid this. Last but not least, one honorable mention, because there's only 2 trades made this week on the database for Cooper Flag, who I already brought him in a buy low show, and his window keeps being open and is still open right now. Flag can do better, and he'll probably do a lot better if they decide to trade AD, if they decide to tank, and if they decide to develop him 100%. And give him more confidence and make him shoot more. He needs to be better. He is a better player, and we all know he's an amazing prospect who is being like an underachiever right now. That being said, he only has 2 trades. For 101 for Aaron Gordon, do this every single night, every single day. If you can get Flag and buy low on him for Aaron Gordon, do this. And also do this if you're trying to get him for Rudy Gobert. Somebody sold Flag for Aaron Gordon, and somebody else sold him for Rudy Gobert. I would definitely do this, and I'll rate both of them like 70-30 for the Gordon trade and 60-40 in the Gobert trade. Of course, both I prefer the Flag side. So you should try and get it. Those were 6 golden targets, 6 buy lows in the market right now. Please let me know what you think about this format, bringing you real life packages and how to get them. Make sure you're subbed to my channel, as I already said, and I hope to see you on my next video. Thanks so much for your support. Bye.